Good morning, beloved. Welcome back to building your very own cozy cabin. So we got the water problems under control. Today we're gonna be starting off with a Caterpillar diesel cold start. I know our diesel guys, they really like that. It is currently about 27 degrees and well, the soil is pretty well frozen. It'd be a good time to move it around and kind of get things ready. But the big story of the day, we are hoping to start putting the beautiful Douglas fir red fir floor down, Mr. Jariah, my manservant, and I. So as he's prepping, getting all the tools out and clearing the space, I'm gonna jump in the excavator, get my grading log, and see if we can't clean this up around here. Then, Lord willing, we're gonna jump on that floor. While the cat's warming up, let me show you around what we need to do with the grading and kind of what's going on. I'll get you up to speed. Manservant took the skid steer and grabbed my grading log. That's a big log I keep around here that really assists with the grading. You can grade fast with a big log. Just about chewed through my grading log, but there's enough meat there for today anyway. Okay, so as a quick refresher, we put a French drain all the way around or three sides of the cozy cabin because we had standing water in the footing. Well, it hasn't rained, but the water table's down and it's all dry now, so that is good. The cold weather, well, look at the ice. So this is the Mr. Cool unit we put in. We'll have a wood stove as well as this, but this has been working quite nice, but I've never seen this before. Look at all that ice. I've had the HVAC guys tell me that I'm gonna be sorry if I don't lift that up on stilts or lift that up about 2 feet or so, and I might consider that, but we'll see. All right, so good news. We got we almost have the plumbing all done inside. That'll be the stub out for the future drain field, so that's good. But today, I'm gonna come in here and just smooth this out. Mr. Jariah has done a pretty good job of getting it roughed in, but it was a little bit muddy, so it'll be easier to move around a little bit when it's frozen, I think. And I'll get all this cleaned up here. But it's looking good, looking good. And then backfill this trench right there. We've converted, we went from PVC to ABS where we crossed the driveway and then corrugated down there where it'll run off and daylight. I think while I'm at it, I'm also gonna open this driveway back up. We've been going through the field and it's getting the field all muddy. And I was gonna replace this culvert, but I got bigger fish to fry right now. I'm trying to get the cabin done by Christmas for our guests, so I can deal with this later. So I'm gonna roll this gravel back in here and get the driveway opened up and just get all of this whole general area cleaned up. And no, I do not have an electric grease gun. You wanna know why? Because I'm not a sissy. Well, that opens the driveway back up so we can stop driving through the field. Mr. Jariah just signaled me that we're ready to start putting the floor down. So I'll finish this up later, and we'll head inside and start laying out for that floor. All right, gentlemen, shall we get started on this wood floor? So we'll be putting down this beautiful Douglas fir. We've got some water bar here, some underlayment paper. We're going to start on this side here. This is the long side, and then work in and then fill in into the bathroom and the kitchen area. Now, being a log home, it's hard to find control points for anything, so I'm gonna square the floor off of the plywood. We have a square foundation, square plywood, and I'm not gonna try to follow the logs, but we're probably gonna have to scribe. Another little thing we gotta deal with is this access hole. I've gotta leave this accessible. So what I'm gonna do, actually, I know what I'm gonna do, is I made some control points, and I marked out a 1-inch overcut for that whole thing. I'm going to floor right over top of this, and then I'm going to come in with the track saw, measure off my control points, and cut, nice clean, and then we'll put a recessed handle in there where you can lift it up and take it out, and then keep that access hole. So that's my plan anyway. So let's start. I got everything swept and clean. Let's start by putting our aqua bar down. Aqua bar is hardwood floor underlayment. Staple it on the edges about every 12 to 18 inches. I squared this with the plywood so it's nice and straight. It's kind of a waterproof barrier that will keep moisture and stuff from coming up through the floor. We got our first piece of fir flooring here up on the chop saw. We'll have to clean up the edges, square all the edges. You can see this was all rough sawn locally. We had it tongue and grooved and kerfed. A little bit crude here, but this is all going to get scribed. So I guess we'll start off by just cutting the two pieces that we're going to start with. I already trimmed and flushed this one, and then start our scribing. Man, that is the best jigsaw I have ever used. That's the Proho brand. Coming soon, of course. I got the first two boards scribed. Now, that baseboard will come straight down, so we got plenty to work with. That way we can nail on the back side. I may even do a shoe molding, but that looks pretty good. A lot of difference, a lot of changes across that log. It's got a lot of, I guess, high spots and low spots there, but so far so good. Okay, so we have tongue and groove here, obviously, but we've got nothing on these end joints. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use a biscuit joiner. This is a biscuit joiner. This is a Biscuit. I've never owned one of these. I just bought this. I was just kind of playing around with it, but it seems pretty straightforward. So the problem that we want to get ahead of is we don't want to have any movement on these end butt joints. You know, we have the tongue and groove. That tongue and groove holds that nice and strong, but there's nothing on the end joints. So this is where the biscuit joiner is supposed to come in. So it has a small blade here, So we'll do one together. The biscuit joiner cuts just a small mortise in there that receives this biscuit. And this is a number 10. This is a really nice tool. I was just learning how to use it. It says, just really simple, there's a number 10 on the biscuit. There's all different sizes, and there's a little stop right here. Look at that. And this rotates. It's got the 10 on it. So depending on which biscuit you have, and it changes where the stop's at. I mean, just so clever. Japanese are amazing people. Just amazing people. I think their culture is so interesting. So now we'll glue this, of course, each one of these, and that will go in there. Well, I got it backwards there, didn't I? Well, you get the idea. That will go in there like that, and that will keep that nice and solid on those end joints. I was wondering if I should do 2. There's not really room for 2, to be honest. I'm just going to do 1. I'm lucky. This floor is lucky I'm doing any at all, but I think this is the right way to do it. But that is a biscuit joint. So let's pull those boards out and biscuit it, and I think we're ready to nail it down. Amazing tool. All right, I think we're ready.